Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I am so excited to film because today we are going to be doing a palette bingo with the At Forest Sight palette. I've already used this palette once on my channel in my most recent Get Ready With Me, so if you guys want to see this palette in action another time from me, I will link that video down below. But I didn't really want to do a review on this palette or really this collection because so many people have already done a review on it, so I thought instead it would be fun to do a quick little palette bingo with it. It's also why I'm starting off with a bare face because I like to do my eyes first. So let's hop into picking the shades. I am so excited to see what kind of look comes out of this palette. I love all of these grungy tones. I feel like there's a really nice balance of like deeper tones, some lighter tones. I wish there were a couple more shimmers, and because there aren't too many shimmers, I think I might end up throwing a Super Shock shadow into this bingo mix. But as far as how I'm going to choose the colors, I'm going to use a random number generator on my phone. And I'm just gonna go 1 through 4 here, 4 through 8, and then 8 through 12 down here. Or I guess 9 through 12 down there. You guys know what I mean. Alright guys, let's pick our first shade. Okay, so we got number 2. So in the At Forest Sight palette, that would be this beautiful mustard shade called Chanterelle. Right there. Do a quick swatch. Okay. Next up we have shade 11. Ooh, I'm really excited. I haven't used this shade yet. It's PNW, which is this beautiful like matte navy shade. I love a good matte navy. Ooh, so pigmented. Okay, next up we have number 6, and that would be this color right here called West Coast. It's this beautiful, really sunny yellowy golden shade. I was very worried that we were going to get 0 shimmer shades in this palette. Ooh. Okay, now we have number 4, which is the shade Old Growth right here. This is a beautiful matte, kind of like mauve-y pinky brown shade. Super pretty shadow. Do I dare go for one more, or should I throw in a Super Shock? I mean, we already have that shimmery shade. I guess we don't really need a Super Shock. I would rather try to get like maybe one more deeper matte shade. Okay, let's go for one more shadow. Okay, we got number 10, which is Emerald City right here. I was kind of hoping more for Fiddlehead, but we can make Emerald City work. It's a beautiful deep like foresty green. Really pretty. Okay, I think I need a second to figure out what the plan is to do with these shadows, but then I'm gonna hop back on camera and we are going to create a look together. Okay, so I think the game plan is going to be to mainly feature the blue and the gold on my lid. I'm going to focus, I believe, this shade Old Growth right here kind of in my crease. It's kind of a buffer shade for the blue, and then I think I'm gonna leave the yellow and the green for my lower lash line. I think that's what we're doing. We'll have to see once it all comes together, but I'm gonna start off by priming my eyes. Today I'm just using my MAC paint pot. I know MAC is not cruelty free, but I did buy this before I went cruelty free, and so I'm just trying to use it up and get it out of my collection. I really kind of hate it, so the faster I use it up, the better. Per usual, I'm going to do one eye on camera, one eye off camera, just for expediency's sake, so this video isn't too long for you guys. I think I'm just going to start off with like a fluffy brush and dip into Old Growth right here. And I'm just going to start buffing this through my crease. I feel like the shade comes off a little bit deeper on my eyes than it looks in the pan. And then I'm just going to take a bare fluffy brush and buff over the edges. I kind of want to wing the blue out, so I'm feeling maybe I should like wing this shade out a little bit as well, just so it has more of a base to blend into. Okay, so as I was kind of blending that shadow onto my eye, I was kind of thinking that it might be fun to do like a blue and gold halo eye. So I'm going to start dipping into Pacific Northwest with kind of like a thin floppy blending brush. I'm just going to take a very small amount. I'm just going to basically use this to kind of lay down the blue where I want it and help it fade into Old Growth. So this is going to be a rather light application. But I am, as I said, going to wing out the blue a little bit on the outer corners. So I'm just going to focus building this on my outer corners, my inner corners, and a little bit in my like inner and outer crease. I always get so nervous when I do the inner corner of my halo eyes because I feel like if I bring it up too far, they just look funny. I'm just going to go back in with that brush that we applied Old Growth with and really buff over the edges. Usually I would prefer to have like one more shade to transition the blue with, but we're just gonna make it work with today's look. All right, I feel like we're in an okay spot. I always get a little nervous at this step before I really clean up the outer corner, but I think I'm just gonna add just a touch more blue to the inner and outer corner just to really build things up and make sure it's nice and vibrant. And then we'll go in with that beautiful yellow that's really gonna steal the show today. You know what, before we do that, I'm just gonna go in with my little makeup removing mitt and clean up my little wing right here. Sometimes I feel like after I do this, I almost need to like re-angle my wing. But that's what I love about using shadow like this to create just a really soft wing. It's so easy to manipulate. Okay, I think I'm satisfied with that. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of my NYX glitter glue. Just pop a little bit of it on my hand. And then I go in with my brush to pick a little bit up. And this allows me to really precisely place the product. In this case, I'm kind of just doing it in the very center of my lid, lightly overlapping with the blue, but not a whole lot. And I am taking it up into the crease a little bit. Now it's time to dip into West Coast. I'm just going to use the same exact brush. Ooh, that's a really pretty shade. And I'm just going to pop this on the center of my lid, right over top of where we placed that glitter glue. I'm gonna go back in with the brush we applied the blue with and just kind of buff over those edges. I feel like my halo eyes are never those like super precise, super like cut creasy halo eyes that I see in like Instagram. Mine are always a little bit messier. Alright guys, I think that's where I'm going to leave at least the upper portion of my eye. So far it's not like exactly where I want it, but I'm hoping it'll all come together in the end. I always get a little bit nervous at this stage, so I'm gonna hop off camera and do this eye, do the rest of my face makeup, and then we'll come back to finish off the rest of the palette bingo. Alright guys, so I got a little bit excited and I actually started doing this eye off camera, but the only thing that I did was smudge a little bit of Emerald City right here under my little lash line just to create some depth and drama, and I'm kind of blending it out. Not too nothingness, but we built it out quite a bit. With the shade Chantel right here and this little bitty blending brush from Foxy. So I'm just gonna do the same thing on this eye. Really taking my time to buff and blend that out. I do want the yellow to be a little bit apparent on the lash line, so I'm dragging it just a little bit forward. Okay, now I'm gonna dip into, well actually first, I'm gonna dip into a little bit of glitter glue that I have in the back of my hand. And I'm just gonna place this in the inner portion of my lash line. Normally I do that with setting spray, but I don't have any setting spray out in my living room, so we're just gonna use the glue works just as well. And on the very tip of my brush, I'm gonna load up a little bit of West Coast, which is that beautiful yellow shade that we popped all over the center of the lid. And I'm just gonna focus this on the inner half of my little lash line. I really like to throw it in there to add some extra brightness to the look. Okay, so I am really happy with how the little lash line turned out. I do want to pop some in the corner really quick just because I feel like it's really benefits from the brightness there. I'm just gonna dip into my Lamborghini shimmer and stone highlighting kit. I'm gonna dip into a lighter shade right here. Maybe just a touch of gold too. It's a little bit broken, so I'm just being really careful with how I hold it. But there's really not a shade in the At4 Slate palette or that we picked out that help me really brighten up the corners like I wanted it to. So I'm just going to dip into this one. I'm also going to dip into the palette just super lightly. Kind of a fluffy shader brush and use my outline. A little bit of added brightness there as well. Okay guys, I'm going to hop off camera, add some mascara, maybe some liner with my waterline, and then we'll come back to finish off the video.